The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. While some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, "All that you see here, the days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down." Then they asked him, "Teacher, when will this happen? And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen?" He answered, "See that you not be deceived. For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for such things must happen first, but it will not immediately be the end." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place, and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky. Before all this happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. They will hand you over to the synagogues and to prisons, and they will have you led before kings and governors because of my name. It will lead to your giving testimony. Remember, you are not to prepare your defense beforehand, for I myself shall give you a wisdom in speaking that all your adversaries will be powerless to resist or refute. You will even be handed over by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, and they will put some of you to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but not a hair on your head will be destroyed. By your perseverance, you will secure your lives." The Gospel of the Lord. Through the words of the Gospel. As we approach the end of the church year, the readings today speak about the end of time, and more importantly, how we, all of us, are called to live in the meantime before it happens. The world is going to pass away. In the gospel that we just heard, you can imagine this scene. Just place yourself in that moment. Some people are admiring just the beauty of the temple. It's really pretty fascinating. It's shining stones and rich decorations. And Jesus looks at this magnificent building and says something really pretty shocking. "All that you see here, the days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another that will not be thrown down." Just think for a minute how his listeners must have felt. The temple was not just a building, it was the center of their faith, and it was their identity. Yet Jesus reminds them and us that even the most impressive things in this world, all of them are temporary. Our wealth, our power, our possessions, even our bodies, none of these are going to last forever. Only one thing endures, and that's our relationship with God. Now, Jesus tells us to not be terrified. He speaks about wars and earthquakes and plagues and persecution, and yet in the middle of all these frightening words, he says something really incredibly comforting if you think about it. He says, do not be terrified, not a hair on your head will perish. He's not promising here that bad things won't happen, because they are going to, and he's not promising that he will give us, keep us from all of that, but he is promising that he will be with us through them all. He will carry us through. Our faith isn't a shield that keeps suffering away. It's the strength that allows us to face our sufferings and our problems with courage, knowing that we are never alone. So when we see turmoil in the world, which we see, if you just turn on the news, you will see divisions in our society or struggles when you come upon them in your own life, in my life, that we must not give in to fear. Christ tells us, stand firm, keep trusting, keep believing. We're called for perseverance in our everyday life. In the second reading that we heard today, and Max is going to talk about food today. He reminded me in the sacristy about our charitable works ministry. But St. Paul addresses another kind of challenge. Now, these people in the Thessalonian community they had stopped working because they thought the end of the world was near. And Paul tells them very, very clearly, anyone unwilling to work should not eat. In other words, the Christian response for waiting for the Lord, not panic, but faithful living. Keep doing what is right. Keep being responsible. Keep being honest. Keep being prayerful. And most of all, do it in generosity. If the world were to end tomorrow, the best thing that we could do today is to love God and love one another with all our hearts, our souls, and our minds, and love our neighbors as ourselves. The message that we have for today, for how we should live, we don't have to look very far to find signs that can make us uneasy. Violence, natural disasters, moral confusions that we see, fear for the future. Remember, the acronym for fear is future evidence appearing real. It is not real because it hasn't happened yet. And us humans, we want to go there, and it's false evidence appearing real. It's not real. Jesus' words remain the same for us. Do not be afraid. Stay faithful. Persevere. The end of the church year invites us to look at our own hearts. And I think there are three things we could ask ourselves. Am I living for what will last forever? or just what will pass away? Important question we could all ask ourselves. Another question would be, do I spend more time worrying about the future or trusting God with it? Third question you could ask yourself is, am I using my time, my gifts, my words to build up others and to witness to Christ? Because ultimately, the end of time, well, it's not something to dread. It's something to prepare for with hope. It's the day when God's justice will be fulfilled and Christ will make all things new. That's kind of exciting if you think about that. So Jesus' message today is not one of fear, but of faithful endurance. The world may shake, kingdoms may fall, and even our own lives might take an unexpected turn, but Christ stands firm. Don't forget that. If we hold on to him, he will hold on to us. If we persevere in love, prayer, and mercy, he will never let us go. So let's live each day as if it were our last, not with fear, but with purpose. Let's build our lives on the one thing that will never crumble, our faith in Jesus Christ, who is our hope, who is our peace, and he is our eternal reward. By your perseverance, you will secure your lives.